European designers have been using embossing for a while now.
European designers.
Yeah, high-end, high-fashion designers. So first time when I saw it, I was, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I ever seen, because I like that tone-on-tone embellishments. So for me, it was perfect.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Merch Made Better, our brand new in-house podcast series where I am interviewing Artem and other team members about the beautiful work that we do at Logo Unlimited. Today we're going to talk about embossing and why this unique technique is so popular right now and trending. A technique, an embellishment that's just now really trending, but the master here himself, I can call him that, has been doing it for the past 10 years. You didn't know that, but we're about to find out how it all started and where we're going with it. Artem?
Well, how it started.
How
it started. So, European designers have been using embossing for a while now.
European designers.
Yeah, high-end, high-fashion designers. So first time when I saw it, I was, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I ever seen, because I like that tone-on-tone embellishments. So for me, it was perfect. Especially black and black, it just looks like $1,000,000.
Yes.
So I went and I bought the sample. In Neiman Marcus, it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I have to ask you, what year is this?
It was probably 2014, 15.
Wow, 10,
Yeah.
11 years ago.
Yes,
Wow.
I bought the sweatshirt for $750. Alexander Wang, we still have it somewhere because
Yeah.
I kept it.
Yeah.
Because
$750.
Yeah. So, and then I slowly started taking it apart to figure out how it was made. On the next episode of how it was made.
Yeah, how it was.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out, and I did, but then I couldn't find the machine that would make such an embellishment. Right? Because so what the emboss is, so as you know, we have two options. We have deboss and we have emboss. Emboss is raised design that has this 3D effect, where deboss is pressed in.
Right.
So D for down.
Right. And emboss doesn't have any ink. There's
No
threads.
inks, no threads, no
Just the
nothing.
garment.
It's just the garment.
Yeah.
So it took me about a year to find a machine that kind of sort of was doing the emboss.
Right.
And you've seen the green sweatshirt over there. That was our first sample that we did 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it came out pretty good.
We'll show it in the B-roll.
Yes. But yes, so I always loved that embellishment technique, and I always looked for bigger, better machine to do this.
Yes.
And then finally I found it, where we are extremely happy with the results. I'm loving the exclusivity of it. I'm loving our customers, the perceived value of the garments, where we take a basic sweatshirt and we emboss it, and now it looks like $1,000,000.
Right.
So, which is very important. It's not as easy as other embellishments that we do in house, but still, we do it. It's worth it, and it looks great.
And is that why others don't do it? You know, because it's very rare that you find a production facility. Well, some of them offer it, but we all know they outsource that to overseas, mostly overseas actually, because it's only a handful of companies that do this in North America.
I believe so, yeah. So you are correct. Most of it is outsourced. Well, depends on your market, but most likely it's outsourced to China. There are maybe 3 companies that I know of in North America that do embossing. As far as I know, we're the only ones. So there are several companies that do it for their own production, right? So they have their own brand. They do it for themselves. As far as I know, we are one of maybe 2 or 3 that actually produce it for their customers,
business
right?
To business.
Business to business with their logos on it. Yeah.
So you mentioned the first item you got 11 years ago was $750.
Correct.
Obviously, we don't charge
Plus
that much.
tax.
Plus tax. Right. Those are not the numbers we're looking at. It's not as inexpensive, quote unquote, as screen printing. You know, it's still a little bit up there, but it's not $750 for a hoodie. Right.
Correct. Yes. So the most expensive thing in this process is a setup fee, which is a one-time setup fee because we do need to have custom plates made.
That's right.
Yeah. So that would be the only expense that you have up front.
Yeah.
But once you start doing reorders, we already have the plates in house. Our turnaround still within 2 weeks. Right. And again, we can do it sooner. It's just this first order takes a little bit longer because we need to have the plates made.
Right.
Once the plates are made, we're rolling.
And that's great. And we can come back over and over again and say, we want this new hoodie or new sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
And you can use the same plates.
For sure.
And speaking of that hoodie and sweatshirt, embossing is not necessarily made for a light garment like a t-shirt, like a summer t-shirt or whatnot, right? It needs to be a little bit thicker, heavier garment.
We like it. We like it thicker. I mean, we can't do it on the lighter garments. It's just we prefer it not to because it feels a little bit heavier on the lighter weight garments because of the adhesive that we have to use on the inside of the garment. So we do prefer either. You know, obviously, we prefer all the sweatshirts, the crew necks and the hoodies, things of that nature. But we also don't mind embossing on the heavier t-shirts, especially now that everyone wears the drop shoulder, 7, 8, 10 ounce t-shirts, right? Oversized, boxy garments.
Right.
Works perfect on those garments. But still, since we just started promoting this embellishment because we actually kept it not a secret, but it was reserved for our preferred customers that we already have a relationship with. And when they come to us and they're like, hey, we've done screen printing, we've done puff screen printing, we did high density screen printing, we did the puff embroidery, we did all of those things. What else can we do now? We're like, okay, now you're ready for emboss, because that would be considered, between all the things that we do, this is one of my favorite, number one. Number two, this embellishment has the highest perceived value, and it's probably one of the most expensive one we have. But again, like you said, don't be scared. It's not $750 a sweatshirt. Yeah. Not even close. Not even, 10% of that, if that.
If that. Yeah, it's truly, truly unique. You know, I have a few embossed hoodies that you gave me when I started working here. And every time, because I have a social life, and when I go out and socialize, the amount of times random people that I don't know come up to me and start touching me. They're like, whoa, this is so calm. Whoa.
We just met.
Take me out for dinner first. We just met. But it's just amazing. Yeah. And I've managed to get clients just by them coming up and saying, where did you get that? What's wrong? We made it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 100%.
You can do B2B.
Well, you have a very unique sweatshirt. So we haven't even produced anything like this for any of our customers because that's what we're trying to do. Right, we did the regular emboss. Now we're trying what else can we do to step up our game even within the emboss? Yeah. And you've seen the unlimited sweatshirt, the sample that we're making for Texas Tech. That one is probably the craziest emboss we haven't done. So now within the emboss, we already have 3 options already built in.
Yeah, and the one we did for Seattle Seawolves is pretty darn cool too.
Yeah. So
I love it. I love it. See, this is why I love working here, honestly. For 10 years, 11 years, you've been sitting on this secret sauce.
Yes.
But not until you've perfected it. The production and the way you want to sell it and the way to promote it. And you timed it so perfectly because I'm starting to see more and more of this. Not again the B2B, but from actual fashion brands, right?
Well, it's because of you we actually started showing it to the public now because we perfected the skill 2 years ago.
They were waiting for me.
We were waiting for you, but actually it's true. We have this dialed in for a while now, and like I said, it just was reserved to our best customers.
Yeah.
And you couldn't come off the street and say, "Hey, I want to order emboss sweatshirt."
Yeah.
We're like, no. Unfortunately, we don't have a relationship. This is for special people only. But now, because of you,
Because
like,
I'm
"Hey,"
special.
no, well, in many ways. But because you said, "Hey, we need to show this to the world and we need to start
Yes.
promoting it," I said, "Okay, let's do it."
Absolutely.
So it's because of you.
Well, thank you for listening.
So
to
who
me.
knows? Maybe
Who
the
knows?
other shops, they're still looking for their Sean.
You know, it's only one of me, and I'm staying right here. And
Good.
there you go. Embossing is the new trend when it comes to embellishment and creating really cool, unique, high-end garments. So if you're interested and you want to learn more about it, or just see, touch, and feel it, not on me. Come to our showroom, and we have so many options here you guys can look at.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Artem. See you
Thank you,
next time.
Sean.